Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got William Steele's gonna join me, but he's gonna take a couple minutes. But thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. I'm just waiting for William to get in here, and shout out to everybody, man. Buffalo Billy, what's good with you, man? I've been seeing some funny videos online lately. So there's a lot to talk about, especially with the shooting that happened in Connecticut, in my town. You know, I'm from Bristol, Connecticut, right where that happened. It's not too far from where I'm at. And it's crazy. Rest in peace to the police officers who lost their life. The other one was let out of the hospital. They're going to be having the funerals for both officers. And I'm sure they're going to have more memorials. So next time they have a memorial, I'll go down there and check it out and give you guys some live coverage. I was down at Brian's Angels today, volunteering, giving some of my time back, and it feels good to do that. So if there's a organization near where you live, maybe they need help, go help them out for an hour or something. You know, it can't hurt. And I'm sure they can use the help. So we're going to go over the case on what happened with this police shooting investigation and what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, because some things really don't add up. But this is the suspect, and his name was Nicholas. His name was Nicholas Brucher. Now, if you go to Facebook, his Facebook is still active. I'm going to go to it now and show you guys. Still active, right? Can you guys see that? So look at some of these comments. Let's check it out. It's pretty insane, the type of stuff that people will write. He should have blanked himself. What's the point in taking someone's life? You guys will never see this right, but because people are going in there and they're commenting a bunch of hateful things. I mean, you got to think about what this guy's mom is dealing with. She just lost her son. Her other son is shot. No one's thinking about the family on both sides. You guys, whoever's doing that type of thing and trolling these people at this time, like, leave that alone, man. Don't even waste your time. Just like when people talk negative or write negative comments, I don't feed into it because I'm not going to waste my time on negative things. And I don't give a shit. Like, it's not happening. I'm not wasting 2 seconds of my time on negative things. And if it is, I just keep it moving. I don't have time for it. What's up, Richie? How you doing, man? Shout out to you, bro. I dropped the show. It's gonna be live at 9:00. It's with Ignacio Esteban, and we did a show about the DC snipers. So you want to check that one out. It's pretty good. I'm gonna send a link. William will be here in a minute to join me. Go and subscribe to William's channel. The link is in the description of this video. And go check out his book, Ghislaine Maxwell. there's a link to get to that in the description of this video. Let me send him a message and find out where he's at. He'll be right here. So let me see. All right, he said he'll be here in 1 second. If you guys didn't know, so they're starting to say that. Let me wait till William comes in here so that I can explain it all in one shot, and I don't have to explain it more than once. So make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. Make sure it's on all so you get all my videos every time they drop. I got a lot of videos coming. I've been banking interviews, a lot of them. I've been interviewing tons of people. I got new people that are going to be joining me. I got a bunch in the vault, so I'm going to be dropping them constantly. It's going to be a stream of content coming. And it's going to be dope. All good stuff. So there's some mob shows. There's different topics. A lot of it's true crime. Some of it's mob related. But all of it is good. So just stay tuned. It's going to be really good. So they're going to have more things for these officers. More visuals and stuff. The first night that they had it, it was pouring outside. William will be here in 1 minute. Bill from Inmate to Roommate. How many of you guys have seen that show From Inmate to Roommate? It's pretty funny with the lady on there, and she's trying to tell him not to eat in the room and stuff. All right, so Bill just joined me. Let's get into it. What's up, man?
What's up, Staxx? Hey, sorry for the delay. You know how I'm new with this stuff, man. We're trying to set it up over here.
It's all good, bro.
Yep.
So I was just telling the people about the show that you're on.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And,
yeah, I don't know how far along you went, man, but Inmate to Roommate on A&E is blowing up. It's in the ratings. I just got out of prison like a year ago, and after 18 years for nonviolent crimes, and all of a sudden I'm like invited to come on Harvey Levin and TMZ. 7 million views of that show.
Crazy.
My show was near the top of the ratings, the second most popular reality show in the country right now. And so I'm trying to get my stuff going. You keep encouraging me. You keep teaching me about this, using a StreamYard and how to do this properly. But I'll take all the help I can get, man, right now. Because I know
Keep doing it, man. You can do it, man. You see how far you're getting since you've been out of prison. And did you think that things would go the way that they are since you've been out of prison?
Well, I was writing books, as you can see. One of them's on the screen, and I don't know what happened with this one right here. See the cover? Yeah, thank you for putting it up. But so I wrote that book and Sex and the Serial Killer about Robert Durst, the wealthiest serial killer in American history. Now, I don't know why mine has that big blur mark on it. Can you figure that out?
What, blur mark on the right? You mean? It's from the light. It's from the light, man.
My lighting?
Yeah. I think it's the light. Yeah. See how the light is?
Smart guy. I know, but it says keep my green screen really well lit, right? So that's kind
of but you can't have it directly on it. You have to have it all,
I don't want to melt a hole in the thing.
Yeah, you melt a big hole in the book. Steve, what's up, man? Stevie Bullets is in the chat. Shout out to Stevie Bullets.
What's up, Stevie? Thanks for
So
joining.
yeah, I was telling the people about your show, man. So how hard is it for you to keep your cool in this house with these people on you
Well,
like
look,
that?
I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, and so I don't tend to bite my tongue much, But being on parole, I'm living with these people who the lady was a pen pal friend of mine. She's a Seventh-day Adventist, and yeah, I'm Christian and all that. I've changed my ways from what I used to be. They didn't want to know me before, and they were running some crazy rules by me, like I couldn't watch an R-rated movie, I couldn't have meat in the house. They were counting how much toilet paper I used. They told their church it was going to be a ministry house. They were going to help people coming out of prison and not charge rent, and so the church was helping in other ways, right? And next thing you know, I got hit with a $1,700 bill for rent out of the blue on national television. I said, that's not what was agreed to. That's a bunch of BS. Even your pastor said. So it's just me trying to get along with these people and trying to be respectful in the face of a hell of a lot of disrespect and craziness. On top of that, I didn't know the lady had a crush on me, and she wanted me to take her away from her husband and take her to Hawaii. So she
Oh
found out
man.
I had a girlfriend at the time. We're engaged now, but when she found out about Mary, she lost it, man. Everything changed for me. They made my life a living hell.
Did you feel the shift when she found out that you had somebody? Did you feel that? Like,
Yeah, I can't give away any spoilers because some of this is still probably going to be in about when that shift happened. But yeah, I mean, pretty much immediately, and she tried and tried even after she knew, like to the point of coming to my bedroom at night after her husband went to work, stuff like that. And I'd be on my girl in California. Yeah, that's Shauna there on the right, and that's oh my god, yeah, that's Shauna and that Mark, and then the other one on the right, she's been to prison, and she was saying she was going to help me and everything, and there wasn't a lot of follow through. Instead, she's trying to get these people to call parole and get me arrested every time I turned around. For
why?
nothing. For nothing. I was working. I was doing everything I was supposed to do, but they were feeding them some lies because they wanted me working a factory 9 to 5. Well, I write books. I do public relations. I represent other people with their companies. I write books. I'm working on a screenplay. I have a movie deal in the works. So I have non-traditional jobs. Doing. And then I knew I was going to be doing this too. Exactly what you're doing. So
Yeah,
I
just like when you asked me, you're like, you have a job? And I'm like, I pay taxes. Yeah. It's an unconventional job. I have all different means of income, but it's
right.
it's spread out through different kinds of ways. And
What people don't realize is through this podcasting, true crime, if you stay true to your heart, like you have a heart to change your life and help people through your experiences. I'm exactly the same way. So I was going to be doing this right here when I got out anyway. I'm just building it now. And this show was an added blessing because it really blew my popularity up all of a sudden. You
yeah.
know, so my shows were going good. We've interviewed some of the same guests and, we share guests and experiences, but it's all about changing the life and helping other people. But if you guys want to support me, go to my website or Amazon and please buy my books. That's how I pay the bills right now. And that through some public relations work.
I have the link in the description of this video if you guys want to check out his book or go check out his YouTube channel. Go subscribe to William Steele's YouTube channel, official William Steele, right?
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I will be live tonight, first time in history. Like social media didn't exist, smartphones, all this didn't exist when I went to prison. It's been a long time.
Oh, so when you got out, you were the guy talking to the the press the button for the soda. The guy's talking to it like, yo, Dr. Pepper. He's like, Dr. Pepper. Did you
Yeah,
see that video?
yeah. No, I didn't. But I know one thing. If back before I went to prison, if I was talking to my remote control, they put you in a psychiatric hospital. Now I can't change the channel without talking to the damn thing. So it's a whole new world. Having video calls. To me that's Jetson futuristic stuff. And here it is. You guys, this crept up on you a little bit at a time. So you learned one thing and then you learned the other. And me, it came crashing down all at once, and I needed it to survive. I needed it to market my books. I needed it to participate in my fan pages and all that. Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm not bragging. I'm just so blessed to have so many supporters and loyal people supporting me right now. It's just incredible.
Yeah, man.
Especially my fiance. She's been awesome. We have our struggles like any other couple, man, but I love her like crazy. So she's been there for me, even though her thing is forensic accountant and data
She is
science.
slain.
Yeah.
This dude. This dude's funny as hell. Buffalo Billy, man. Shout out to you, man. He's funny, man. People people put funny ass comments.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah.
hilarious.
I mean, it is what it is. You come out with, no skills, man, and trying to do the right thing, no social media skills, and no. I got booted from 2 fan pages because people said disrespectful shit. I went to messages and called them out, and then they went
Yeah,
tattle on me, and I'm like, really,
of
dude?
course.
I
How long are you on
know you
paper
there,
for, man?
Huh?
How long are you going to be on parole for? Are you on parole and all that?
I'm done relatively soon. I'm just about behind me. It's just about over. So,
Good. What
yep.
you really can't talk about the future plans with what you got going on, right?
Well, I can't say anything concrete, but there's plenty because the show is like the second most popular reality show in the country, and it's like number 5 overall. If you eliminated football seasonal related shows, I think I'm like 5 or 8 in the country right now. The show overall shows like people that I watch and love for years. Like I'm ahead of them right now in the ratings.
It's
So
awesome, man.
yeah, so the network and I work for A&E Network and Sharp Entertainment, and so there's talk going on I can't discuss, but things are looking up, man. So, I also been offered a couple of movie roles. I think I shared that with you before.
You're gonna play James Bond.
well, well, in one of them, they want me to play a New York jeweler in a mob movie. So
Hey, I could see you fitting into that character, man.
I was a
With
jewel
the
thief.
little eyepiece, like, oh, let me see.
I have one around here somewhere.
So, do you have any stories from when you were a jewel and art thief?
Yeah, but I hate glorifying the past. But I have on official William Steele YouTube. I put up the misadventures of a super thief. I try to put them out there in 5-minute clips where it shows what could go wrong, all the crazy shit that went wrong at different scores when I tried to do. Not everyone goes down flawlessly, and not all guys with
No,
our
man.
background talk about the bad experiences. We want to brag about the good ones. We
Do
made
you
a
want to
lot.
talk about one maybe where you got arrested and got caught?
Uh, yeah, I guess so. I had a hit for about $4.5 million in cash, jewelry, and artwork, right? And so I was living, way beyond my means, and it was for a long stretch. And I made a mistake of holding on to a Rolex watch. It was diamond encrusted Rolex, and I know you shouldn't hold on to them, but this thing had a diamond band and diamond bezel, a blue lapis space, really flashy. And this was like late '80s, early '90s. I forget the exact year. So back then, I didn't really get high or drink or anything. I was just running dope and guns and doing burglaries. But I used to use a lot of cocaine. So
Yeah.
I was out in a hotel room on a binge. And for your viewers to know that how that goes down, you get a room on the second or third floor because you want nobody walking around your windows or smelling it. And so there was a guy kept passing my door and he was freaking me out. And so I had a gun on me at the time, and I finally went and found what room he was in. Somebody I knew went into that same room. So I had that lady let me in, and I confronted that guy, and I basically, made him get his clothes off. Are you a cop? Why are you pacing my room? You making me paranoid. What's wrong with you? And I wasn't in my right mind. I've been up
Because
for
you were high, right? You're high on cocaine, so you're like
yeah.
bugging out.
He did what I said, and he's like begging me, like, I have to hurt him. And I said, dude, I'm not going to do that. I said, I just want to know who you are. Are you a cop? Who the hell? Why you keep passing my room? He said, I'm doing what you do. He said, I'll take a hit and I'll go wander the hallways. I said, well, you passed my room way too many times, man. I got enough issues. Bottom line, I started hanging with that dude for about a week, on and off with the people we knew. And
Yeah.
he spotted that watch belonged to people he used to work for, and he turned me in.
He ratted on you?
Yeah, he said I worked on those people's yacht and blah blah blah, and I know and that watch looks like such and such's watch. And I says, no, this my father gave me this when I graduated from college,
So
But
he recognized the watch that you had on because you
it
didn't.
was so custom made that there was nothing like it. And he called it in because he was on, I think, bond for a case because he got arrested doing something. And they took him serious, and I sensed something was up. So I sent him on his way, and I had all kinds of stuff in the room. I got rid of all of it. When I went back to the room a second time, they surrounded it. And I was like, damn. And that's how I got caught. They confronted me about my name, and this is the so that was one way I got caught. Just somebody
No
recognized it.
getting out. No getting out, right? Once
Yeah.
they have it surrounded and you're caught, man, I hate that feeling. You're like,
So there's no joy in all this because you lose everything. You're always paranoid and looking over your shoulder. You know, family used to tell you, "We're glad when you're in jail because we don't have to worry about getting any calls from the cops or the feds that you're dead or they're looking for you again." You
What
know,
about art, man? What would you do with art? And what would you be looking for?
well, a lot of times, I would didn't I know a little bit about art now, but even then I didn't know a lot. You kind of take your chances on it, and when you get it, I had fences that would tell me concretely what it was, and if it was worth, let's say, 500 grand, you're lucky if you get 50 grand out of it. But still, for something you might have left in the house, because you might as well just take it with you. That's how I looked at it at the time. I'm not proud that I did it, but it was other times where guys would say, like, or I would go to an open house and I would get permission to film in the house, and I would show one of my fences the footage, and they would look at the artwork, and they
Be
would
like, I
say,
want that. I want
"Yeah,
that.
yeah, pretty much." So we go different various ways, but I took a chance. A lot of times it wasn't worth anything, it was just nice. So,
And would you keep some of it for yourself, or would you always sell it?
oh yeah, unfortunately, and then an ex turned in my storage unit. She cherry picked the stuff she wanted and hid that from the cops, and then she told the cops, "Well, all the stuff he's been stealing is in that storage unit."
Oh, so she took what she wanted,
Of
and then
course,
moved it, and then told,
of
or
course,
she just took what she wanted and then told on
of
you.
course. Yep, yep, yep. So
Sad,
yeah, and
man. Once you go to jail, all your stuff is gone. It gets dispersed to all your criminal buddies. They don't give a shit about you or what you're going through. They just
uh,
pillage everything, man.
yeah, we used to run guns to New York, and she even told them I was running around with a machine gun in a briefcase because a few times she saw me with guns and a machine gun in a briefcase. And here I'm wanted by the cops. I'm wanted like some kind of warrant at the time, and I didn't know any of this. That they were looking for the exact car I was in, and they thought I was running around with a machine gun in a briefcase. I finally get
Hey,
arrested. And I read it on the police report, on this discovery that she gave her.
but
Oh yeah,
but you had a gun. You had a gun in the briefcase, but it was a machine gun, right?
when I was doing stuff and nobody knew where I was, I would usually carry. But if somebody knew where I was, or like if I was
Yeah.
getting high, I don't want no guns around me at all because I know somebody could screw up and then you got an extra charge for no reason. But if I'm in my right mind at that time, I would almost always have a gun. But
It's
I was on a
crazy,
big,
especially being on the run, bro, carrying a gun and
yeah.
craziness, man.
I was out in Las Vegas and California doing the same thing, just looking over your shoulder, and then life's passing you by. Before you know it, life's passing you by. And that's why I'm determined not to let anything get in my way this time. Nothing. I just, I have a very clear vision of where I want to be and what I want to do. And I'm grateful there's a couple of people along for the ride.
What's the longest stint you had outside of prison, like in between going, you know,
The
like
longest.
straight and narrow?
You got to ask that question?
Because
Yeah,
you had periods of time where you didn't go to prison, just like I did, right?
yeah, but when I was heavy in my addiction, man, with the cocaine, I sometimes I wouldn't last 4 months. You know what I
Oh, you
mean?
were just in and out, right? It
Been
was,
out several times in New York, Las Vegas, South Florida. So yeah, this 18 years I did wasn't my first time around. All told, I probably did closer to 25 if I'm going to be honest with myself.
yeah, all together, right?
Yeah, but for the purpose of the show, they track you. They're trying to hold down recidivism and study reasons guys go back to prison. And one of the top reasons that we reoffend is either substance abuse or lack of adequate housing. Well, I had a falling out with my family in New York over an inheritance, and I figured I'm not going to go back there and deal with them because they turned their back on me, stole from me, and everything else. And I forgive them, put that out there publicly, but at the same time, I didn't want to be around them. And
Yeah.
so I decided to come out here to the Midwest. I'm still in Indiana, of all places, and
Did you have it? Did you have it all set up before you got out to do the show and everything, or did you get out and then do all that stuff?
no. The show was offered to me about 2 months before my release. An acquaintance of mine heard about it and said, "Hey, they're doing a study on A&E. It's going to be a docuseries to see how guys do when they get out of prison and they're living with a non-family member only." And that's exactly the situation I was in. And I was getting out in the time frame when they needed people. And so I fell perfectly into it. Then I guess when they found out about my books and my background, I was one of the people they picked. I'm glad
Yeah.
they. I was going to be doing this right here anyway. My books anyway. And
Like
full
your
time.
plan when you were locked up, your plan was to come and do this media
Right.
stuff.
Yep. I kept reading all the books I could on publishing and marketing, and having a podcast and just reading everything. It's hard to get anything in prison, as you know, but I try to get my hands on whatever I could.
When you went to prison, they really didn't have internet like that. They didn't. Everyone didn't have the internet in their hand. It wasn't like that, right?
I'm still struggling to use this thing. So,
Me
you
too,
know,
man. Me too. I mean, there's the iPhone, right? Yeah, there's things on this. I have no clue. I have no clue how
you
to
know,
use it, man.
supposedly you can make cinematography quality movies on these, right? Like really,
Yeah,
really super high quality
yeah.
effects, movies, different types of lenses. I'm making stuff and don't know how to use the features. And I need to slow down and try to learn, but I'm so busy trying to figure out, how to streamline the editing process for videos. And that's a tedious thing if you don't know how to do it. And and,
Yeah.
and it's really just been, you know, pulling her hair out trying to help because she likes data science. She's into taxes and like she's a nonprofit expert. If you know everyone know anything about nonprofits and all that, if she
I
she's just
volunteered for one today, man. Brian's Angels. Shout out to Brian's Angels. I volunteer there every once in a while. Homeless outreach program. They're a nonprofit organization.
right. Yeah. Well, I was thinking of setting up one and try to do something with it to help people as well. But there's just so much on my plate, man. It's hard to keep up with, So I don't know. It's a lot. I got people asking me to be an influencer, and I didn't know what that was until a few weeks ago.
An influencer? You already are, bro. Like you already
I
are,
mean,
right?
I'm like the old movie. What was it? Tom Cruise, Show Me the Money. If I'm going to be an influencer, and I didn't
Yeah.
even know what it was till a few weeks ago. Okay, put the money on the table, tell me what you want, and if I believe in your product, so I'm not just going to endorse anything. I have to like your product. Now, I will give a shout out to Cadillac because I drive one. I will give a shout out to Disney World because I like it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you guys want somebody, all these meat companies, Seven Sons Farms, I'd be glad to endorse your products. Exchange. But I think I'd drive. I think I'd be fine to drive an electric Cadillac and be your spokesman. All retired criminal gangsters, jewel thieves like to drive their electric caddies. That's me.
Hey, man. Yeah, I see. It's insane, man. Some of the stuff I see online, like you almost can't even believe it. It's like almost unbelievable the stuff that you see
It's
and the
crazy.
characters you see out there, and like, do they really like? Are they serious? Are you serious, man? Like some of you people out there, are you serious? The stuff they post and say and do, it's insane.
You can
Like,
tell when people are like, I'm learning what a troll is and these fake profiles. My girl keeps trying to teach me about it, and then I'm kind of learning to spot them on my own now. But like people say the stupidest shit, and you can tell they're friends with the people I live with. You
yeah.
know, but the church people don't from that Seventh Day Adventists don't watch much church, so they're in the dark. Former members are coming to me saying, "We're so sorry you're going through this because that's why I
Oh,
left
because
that
they're all
church."
watching it unfold as you go to church. Do you go to church every week?
No, I was at that time when but I couldn't go to my own church. I didn't have a car when I first got out. They says
Yeah.
our church or no sit home. They wouldn't take me to like. I just wanted to go to a non-denominational church. I told them I respect you and I would go to show respect for you guys and your faith, but don't expect me to be a member. And they kept it up. What does that say?
It says, I can tell you all about trolls.
But
Buffalo Billy, man. Shout out to you. So, have you heard about the situation in my town with the two police officers that were killed?
yeah, I heard. I think, and then you and I talked about it briefly today. It's a horrible situation. I don't know exactly how it played out, but I do know that literally 5 minutes after you and I spoke about it on my Instagram, I follow some different ministries and stuff, and one of the minister guys had put a post up about like 14 cops in the last 3 days were killed in this country, and three
Yeah,
of
it's
them top of the
crazy.
list, or two of them in your town. So yeah, I
Yeah.
just what's the status of that? What happened to wasn't there another guy shot? And the funeral's coming up, and
Yeah, so what happened was two brothers, they were at the bar, they got into an altercation, the police came, they ended up towing their car. Two brothers ended up walking home. In the video, you could see I brung you to the bar where they were at. They got kicked out. Their car got towed from that bar. They walked to the house that I showed in the video. I can play the video right now and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Um, I don't know if you have you seen that video?
No.
Yeah, so I did a video.
Yeah, you wearing a green shirt in front of a green screen?
Who me?
Yeah.
Nah, this is a black shirt, man.
Okay.
It's
When
just sometimes it's a little, the lights play tricks on it. Sometimes,
when you come close, it was doing that, like you had sparkles in it or something.
yeah, it does that sometimes, man. Let's see, new footage. Boom.
You putting it up on the screen?
Yeah, I'm just going through letting the ad play real quick.
Is that a shot of New York there behind us? Behind us?
Yeah, this is Connecticut. This is the Connecticut River right in Hartford.
Right.
They call it the Landing, I believe. And this is New York City, or this is either Chicago or New York City. I think it's Chicago.
I can't really tell because of the overlay.
I think it's Chicago. You see the Sears Tower in the middle?
Yeah, it looks
Right
like
there?
Sierra.
Boom.
I don't
Yeah,
even know.
this is Connecticut though. This is the Science Center right here. And they have when they have the 4th of July and everything, there's all people here. There's bands, everything, man. All right, this is a pretty good video, man. This is nobody else has video like this explaining what happened.
All right, now I'm bringing you to the bar where the two brothers got kicked out just before they walked home. I'm going to bring you the route that they walked home to the house before this incident happened.
Yeah, right. I seen that one. Yep.
Now, coming up on the right is the bar that the two brothers got kicked out of. And they ended up towing their car from this bar.
Those bleachers.
Yeah, I used
And
to
I
go to
think
that bar a lot, man.
That's what might have sparked off the anger with that guy. This is the bar right here on the
Right there
right
in that plaza.
where they got kicked out of. Right
Who's
there.
that with the gun?
That's the shooter.
That's it.
What, you pull that from
Bleachers.
the
Huh?
Where'd
Yeah,
they get that?
I pulled that off his Facebook.
Is he the one in the hospital or?
No, he's the one that got killed. So, from what I hear, right, and I got the story from a neighbor. The neighbor came on my show and explained what he knew.
Right.
He said the brothers got in a fight. He doesn't know if the guy shot the other brother or the cop shot the brother.
Right.
He says the cop shot him. The one guy, he was still alive. He rolled on the ground with the gun, put it in his mouth, shot himself. Who knows? That's the story I got, is that the cops didn't kill the guy. The guy killed himself. And they're not saying anything about the other brother. The brother Nathan. Nicholas is the shooter. Nathan is the other brother who got hit. I heard he was released from the hospital, but they're not saying anything else. But they're saying this fake 911 call to ambush them. And then on other reports, they're saying that the mother called 911.
Wow.
So I don't know, man.
It sounded like he was caught in the middle of something. Maybe his brother lost it and shot the cops, and now he's looking suspicious.
Could be.
You know,
Well, this is the way they would have walked. The bar's right there in the corner, and they would have walked this direction right before it happened. I bring you right to the house.
So they would have walked this way. They would have walked this way home. And their house is right around the corner.
you know anything about
Coming
them?
up at this light.
Huh?
Do you know anything about them or what they do? What they do?
No, but I do know that the shooter, this guy, and the cop, one of the cops, The one in the middle, I believe, knew each other from high school. They went to high school with each other. So they're known to each other. Like, this town is not that big, man.
Right.
You know,
Take a left,
Looks like
and that's the street where the incident happened.
it's coming up that light right there, and then you take a left in the streets. That's the street it's on. Here, I'll fast forward right to the house.
We have to go through one. Oh, I think.
All right, here we go. This is the intersection.
All right, people, it's right here on the right. This is where it happened. Here, where that brick house is, with that tree. They're saying the tree.
See the tree? They're saying he climbed in the tree, but I don't know how true that is, man.
So the mother must be a basket case right now, especially if she's the one to call the cops.
Can you imagine? Like, people, I don't think people think about
Pretty crazy
what she's dealing with, man, you know?
Of course they don't, respectfully, but they're gonna have the cops front and center, which is important thing. But she sounds like she's a victim too. Or maybe even the other brother's a victim. Who knows?
Definitely, bro. And rest in peace to the police officers. I used to be on the other side of the law, and now I have respect for the law. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different person, man. I volunteer now. I try to help people, but it's crazy. Like, there's no words for it, really. There's no
matter what transpired, if he's exonerated for any involvement in this, he probably needs to leave that town because he's never going to be comfortable or safe there again. Something like that.
I was thinking the same thing, man. They might have to change their names, or
there could be somebody that would be family or willing to break the law to get some vigilante justice, something which we don't encourage, and just say, well, you were there, you antagonized the situation, even though you can't be charged. We don't want to see anybody else get hurt, no matter which side it's on.
James Spicer says, "Great show. Thank you, James, man. I appreciate you, bro." What's good with you, Rivera? How you been, man? Proud of you, Staxx. This dude's from my town. A lot of people I know check in on my show, man. I appreciate everyone who watches my show, stops by. I appreciate that. So,
tell them to check me out tonight. Official William Steele on YouTube. My first live.
The first time you're going live. There's going to be a lot of people joining you. I'll be there at 9:00, right?
We have fans
the link,
from all over the place.
If you go in the description of this video, you can go right to his YouTube channel. Go subscribe right now. And when he goes live at 9:00, you guys will all be in tune. Right. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. What's that, Will?
Yep, I think you have to be a subscriber. It's free, obviously, but I think you have to be a subscriber like a few minutes beforehand or something like that, just to, But it's the first time we're doing it. We're gonna see how it goes. It's all about Inmate to Roommate, the TV show, and so it's gonna be hopefully a ton of fans on there. We'll see what happens. I only just decided to announce it this morning, so we'll see how far the word spread.
They've been wanting you to go live for a while, right? People have been saying that to you. Go live, go live.
Yeah. I know some other reality stars do that, I can't even believe I refer myself into that same sentence because, who am I? Who am I, man? I'm just got to get out of prison. And I was wanting to do some shows. So.
Hey, man.
I have a new podcast too, by the way, on Buzzsprout.
Embrace it, bro. All of it, enjoy it. Take it for a ride and enjoy it,
I appreciate it. Yeah, so you guys, like I said, join me, man. Get everybody to just come over there because I'm trying to build my numbers up because you know how that works. The more numbers you get, then YouTube starts working with you on earning an honest living for a change. And I'm like that close to getting my subscribers up. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, you have enough subscribers. I think you need just the watchtowers now, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
You'll get them pretty fast, man. Especially going live.
I'm gonna start learning
Can't wait to see what happens tonight.
I'm gonna start learning how to do the shorts. So that seems like that's gonna be something good to have too.
Yeah, just take your old videos and make little clips out of them. And if you guys don't know, I have videos that are dropping of different interviews I did. I just got done editing some. So I got one dropping tonight. I'm going to drop one probably every day. I have a ton of them. So there's plenty to go around. And I'll probably be back on later. Who knows?
I spoke to another guy we both know. He said that he's got 40 interviews in the can that he hasn't even finished editing yet.
Yeah, I'm sure I could figure out who that is.
Yeah, we
Crime
have
and
we have
entertainment, right?
yeah, and you guys are phenomenal. So I shouldn't feel bad about my, 5 or 6 that, we're just figuring this out in the last 2-3 weeks. that
His
we can't.
channel's official William Steele. Go to the description of this video. There's a link in there. Just click it and you go right to his channel. And then subscribe. And he'll get me on the back end, man.
nine
Right,
o'clock.
William?
9 o'clock.
Tell him to watch Lucky Chucky. Do you know Lucky Chucky? He's the one
Oh,
who dropped out of the what is it, 60 Days In. He dropped out before he could even go into population.
why did he drop out? Get scared?
Nah, he has a little daughter. He probably, you got a little kid and you're missing him.
I was watching that 60 Days In. My show now last week is higher rated than 60 Days In. Finally, I
That's
blew them
huge.
out. I blew them out of
That's
the water.
huge, man.
I was watching Shawshank Redemption because it's one of the best prison movies ever made about 3 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
all through it they were showing trailers with me, to watch. It makes my picture in it. How cool is that to have my picture shown during Shawshank Redemption?
It's awesome, man. It's
It's
awesome.
pretty cool. So
It really is. For you to get an opportunity like that, it really is a blessing, man. Just take it and run with it. Enjoy it.
I saw a guy who was the 60 Day In. I think it's on the current, the one that airs just before my show. Spanish guy,
Yeah.
I think Latin King or something, right? And he said he quit or something happened and he got stabbed up for whatever. And so he's really trying to change his life and do it. But now he's going back into prison. He's going into the unit like he's running things.
And
Like
then he's writing a statement on camera. And shit. Yo, there's a video of him writing a statement, bro.
I was like, seriously, man?
Yo, he's
Right?
writing a statement on camera. Like he's writing a statement.
Yeah, now the
They're
little
telling
dude,
on each other. It's crazy, man.
and he tried to present himself like protecting the smaller dudes, but knowing he's going to get pulled out. And if those guys didn't stand up for themselves, that bigger dude was going to mess with him the second he left. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as they pulled him out, the little dude got himself beat up. So, but yeah, I couldn't believe that the dude. That he seems like his heart's in the right place, but man, he was going about it the wrong way. And then he admitted to the guys that he was selling his commissary for some pills, to cope with being back in jail. So the sheriff pulled him out. He says, "You admitted that you was, buying somebody's medication, man."
Oh, they kicked him out? Did they take him out?
I'm trying to find out how much they pay them guys to go in there for 60
Wow,
days.
that's wild, man. That's wild. Wow.
How much would it take for you to go back in for 60 days to do one
I'm
of
not
those?
doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. No. No Latin King. That dude's a rat. I believe it too, man. That dude's a straight rat, man. There's video of him writing a statement. I don't believe nothing he says. I don't even want to hear that gangster shit coming out of his
I don't
mouth,
think he's in it
man.
anymore. I don't think he's in it anymore. Let me be real clear. Because
They stabbed him. No, they stabbed him and shit.
Hey,
They stabbed him and beat him of an inch of his life.
He
right?
said on camera he used to be one, and then that's what happened after he got out or whatever. So much respect for you guys that live in your lives, man. I'm just repeating what was on the show.
He's one of those fake gangsters, man.
I think he was trying to change his life. He went about it the wrong way. If you want to go in there and do something right, complain about the conditions like I used to do. I was a law clerk. I was a offender representative. I'd negotiate with the administration, fight with them over the conditions of the food, the poor medical care. I was a law clerk. Guys needed help. Hey, New York. They used to call me New York. Help me write this grievance. Help me write this lawsuit. I was that guy in prison, man. I was always trying to help somebody get some medical treatment. But the other way around, I stayed out of your business. I look at prison this way. As long as your bullshit didn't cross my threshold, it ain't my business. As soon as you bring it in my cell, it's my business.
Yeah. That's how you got to be in there, man. You got to be on your toes with them guys.
I would tell them all that, from the baddest to the softest. I'd say I don't really care what they do, man.
All right, listen, man. We're gonna play a clip from the show, man. We gotta do it, man. Let me pull a clip.
I'm not authorizing this. This is your show, so you can do what you want.
Man. Hey, I don't care, man.
What show is that?
Nah, this is it's commercial.
Okay.
Here, when the commercial stops, I'll play it.
Which way? From my show?
No, the one we were talking about to do rat, where he gets pulled out. Let's See, he gets pulled out right here.
How did you find it that quick? Somebody sent it to you? You're quick, man. He found
I don't feel like I'm in jail.
he's not thinking about the danger he put that other dude in.
I know, and now they got to deal with the bullshit because of him, man.
It was your homeboy wrote a statement. You want to mess you?
Yo, I appreciate you joining me tonight, man. I really do. I'm gonna be at your live at 9:00. I'll be checking it out. I'll share your link. Make sure everyone that's watching, make sure you go and check out his show. Subscribe.
Remember Rush Limbaugh?
Yeah, yep.
The man with the golden mic, right? So I got one of those for my show. I can't figure out how to use it yet.
Oh, you got to get a stand, man.
I'm working on it, man. 18
Like
years in prison
this.
is a long time. But this
Got to
still
get a stand. You need a shock mount, man.
All right, Staxx, man. Thanks for having me on. Everybody, check me out tonight, 9:00. Official
Yeah.
on YouTube. Thank you for joining.
Definitely, man. And thank you for joining me. And I'll definitely have you on again. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you. Hey, maybe I'll jump on later. I got a show dropping tonight with Ignacio Esteban. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Till next time. Thanks again, bro.